Monkey.
And I'm the Bumble, and this is Cottage Industry Update. Wait a minute.
Rewind!
Hi, I'm the Water Monkey.
Hi, I'm the Bumble.
And this is Cottage Industry Update. Right here, I have the Mini Bull Design Crazy Cook Kit. I have a bottle of water, which is about 16 ounces. Been kept at room temperature. And let's fill this pot up and time how long it takes to get to a rolling boil. That's just a wee bit too much. That should do it. And start the timer. Now, alright, here's something moving around in there at the 10-minute mark. See what we got. Not quite yet. I was almost attacked by a yellow jacket. See, it's better to test these things outside, because if you test it inside the house, one, you got to deal with the fumes, so you got to thoroughly ventilate the area. And the second thing is it's not actual conditions. You want actual conditions, you're going to be out in the field. Alright, 10 minutes, 40 seconds. What do we got? Oh, there we go. So I'm going to go with around 10 minutes, 35, 10 minutes, 40 seconds. We get a rolling boil. So you guys can see. That's the Mini Bull Design Crazy Cook Kit pot. Now, notice it has the fiberglass wick. That's used so you can pick up the pot and pour. I have noticed that the wick really doesn't insulate between the heat and your fingers. It still is pretty hot, but not so hot that you're actually going to burn your fingers, but something you're going to have to get used to. So let's dump this out. And let the stove cool off a little bit, and we'll start the next kit, which is the 908 Cook Kit. This thing seems to hold 16 ounces. I could put more in there, but I want to keep it the same as I did with the Crazy Cook Kit. Helpful if I put the stove on first. Pot lid, and start the timer now. Alrighty now, we're now officially at the 10-minute mark. 10 minutes, 10 seconds. No, not quite yet. The wait continues. Now you notice it's taking 10 minutes because again I'm in the actual woods with actual environment affecting the stove. So when you do this in your house and you're saying 5-6 minute boils, I don't know. That hasn't been the case. That has been my observation when I'm out in the woods. 10 minutes, 45 seconds. No, still waiting. So this might take a little bit longer than the Mini Bull Design Crazy Cook Pot. I got the grabber here. Scoop this bad boy off, because the 908 Cook Kit, in order to fit into the cook case, can't have a wick. So what Smoke Eater 908 has done, or is recommended, is just create a little pot grabber out of some reflective koozies, and you can do it. Alright, wait, here's something moving. Running at 12 minutes exactly. There we go. 12 minutes. Looking good now. So we got 12 minutes even for the 908 cook pot. So I'm looking at about a minute and 15 seconds more cook time on this based on this initial testing. I turned the camera off a little bit too fast. I want to show you guys what it's like to actually pick this bad boy up with a koozie grabber. I don't feel any slippage. It's the first time I've actually done this. No slippage, which was my main concern. Pretty easy to pick up and down. Alright. Pouring is, yep, I would say this is probably a lot more easier on the fingers doing this method.
Alright, Water Monkey, that was really boring. What could you possibly learn from that?
Oh, I'm glad you asked, Bumble. First thing I noticed was that the, let me grab it, a little unprepared here. The Crazy Cook Kit actually cooked boiled water about a minute faster than the 908 Cook Kit, and I think I figured out why. Maybe. The lid for the 908 Cook Kit is basically a flat piece of thin metal, probably aluminum, and it kind of just sits on top of it, but it doesn't really sit inside, therefore it creates little gaps, and I think some of the heat might be escaping enough to really affect maybe the boil time. I don't know that for sure, but based on initial testing, I mean, everything being equal, this boiled water about a minute faster. If you can see, the way Mindy Bull Designs cuts the lid, it kind of nestles right inside and basically traps in a lot of heat, whereas this kind of loosely sits on top. The other thing that I noticed is that this lid itself is, I don't want to say flimsy, but it definitely is significantly weaker than this lid. So the chances of actually bending it, which I have a few times, are significantly increased. So I would think maybe the design of the lid might need a little rework, but other than that, I think the way to actually pick up the pot with the grabber is actually a lot more safer for your fingers and your hands than it is to grab this fiberglass wick.
Well, you touched it. That was a...
Yeah, I understand. But usually to shield your hands from the heat, this actually, this doesn't do a great job. It does a better job than actually grabbing the pot and burning your fingers.
Yeah.
But this actually is a lot easier to grab with this, and you're not going to hurt your fingers. So that's basically what I've learned from this. So why don't I put these kits together, including the cozies and exactly what would go in, which is my spoon and my windscreen, and let's weigh the entire kit together as it would weigh out into the field, and compare the kits that way. How's that sound?
Sounds good.
All right. Okay, so here's the Crazy Cook Kit. In it, I have the windscreen and my spoon. I have a stove that goes with this that I keep in a separate area because I don't like to keep my stove and my fuel with my pot and where I cook my food. That's just me. You may be different, but that's me.
Yeah.
What are you going to do? So how much does this thing weigh, Mr. Bumble? Sir?
This button. Counting the experience. And it weighs 6.4 ounces.
6.4 ounces. Nice.
Good.
Now I did notice something that was a little bit of annoying. So Bumble, why don't you try putting it together?
Okay.
Alright, good enough. Yeah, I understand. This actually, the threads in this were cut down by Smoke Eater 908. So sometimes it becomes a little bit difficult trying to find out where it fits together. So what I did is I remedied that a little bit. Wherever it actually is supposed to come together, I put a black mark. So where the black marks actually line up, if I can do this with the camera, they line up, then it makes it a lot easier to screw it in. So a little tip from me to you, if you do get this cook kit later on down the road, I would find out where it kind of intersects and throw a little marking there so it makes it easier to screw it on instead of fumbling like the Bumble.
That's a tip for me too.
So throw it in there. It has the wire pot stand. We're going to throw in the windscreen, spoon, lead, and my little pot grabber. Throw it in there, line up the black marks, screw it on, see how much easier that is. Throw in the koozies, bada bing, bada boom. What does she weigh?
She weighs exactly.
I think you went too early there, killer.
Yeah, what's that about?
I don't know.
Okay.
Give it a second. There you go.
There we go. It needs to think. 6.4 ounces.
Exactly the same as this kit. Exactly. So, I don't know. Things being equal, which cook kit do I really want to take on my next adventure?
And it burns fast.
Good. Based on initial results, this does have a faster boil time, but which one do I really want to take? Merry Christmas, Bumble.
Not a big deal, eh?
Alright. Smoky 908's Cook Kit. Soon available on OutdoorTrailGear.com. Keep a lookout.
WaterMonkey.net. Straight gangsta.